Derek Pando, I'm super excited to be with you here today, my friend. The man, the myth, and the legend himself.
Thanks, Mario.
Senior marketing manager, sales navigator, czar, expert. I don't even know what to say, man. You're the man behind Sales Navigator. And what else? Is there something else that you are that I don't know?
I'm a terrible surfer. Not really relevant in this context, but I just thought you and everyone watching should know.
I love it. Well, I'm excited to give this very short video training tip on the use of Sales Navigator for the sales community. And we spent a lot of time and conversation over how to utilize Sales Navigator. In fact, you published an article, and the name of that article, if I'm not mistaken, was, I've got it right here, hold on, 10 Sales Navigator tips and tricks you may not know. That was published back in October. For those of you that are watching, we'll make sure that in the actual notes of this video down below, you'll actually be able to get a backlink directly to this article. But inside there, you talk about something related to reaching out to former customers to find future customers. Tell the sales community, if you would please, Derek, what does that mean? How do you do it? And how does Sales Navigator make that happen?
Sure. Yeah. One of the reasons why I included this particular tip in that blog post was because it all stemmed from a conversation I had with a sales rep where I was asking him about the fastest deal that they'd ever closed. And this rep described the scenario where basically he had a customer, the customer changed jobs. And once he saw that customer had changed jobs, he reached out to say, congratulations. It was a similar role, similar industry. And so he also said, hey, are you guys using, my product or service? And his former customer said, no, we're not, but let's chat. Fast forward like just a couple days, and he had closed a really sizable deal. And I thought that was really interesting and kind of maybe an under-leveraged sales tactic, partly because it can be really difficult to figure out who those people are. And so with that in mind, that was one of the reasons why within Sales Navigator, we have a filter called past, not current, right? So what that means is you can run a search on people that used to work at a specific company, but don't work. So imagine a scenario where, let's say that the product that you sell is prolific across IBM's marketers. Like every IBM marketer uses it. It's a great account. They've had great success. You can go in and run a search and say, I want to see every marketer that used to work at IBM, but does not work there anymore. And then you can continue to add other layers of filters by like seniority or geo, et cetera. And you can imagine that you have a very warm, relevant way to get in touch with that individual. You say, I saw you at IBM, you probably used us, blah, blah, blah. I see you're here. What can we do? Let's chat. And the reps that use this tactic, when they find those connections, you just see people greatly accelerate their typical sales cycles, like the example I shared.
That's an awesome tip. Actually, can I layer on one more tip and trick that you get from regular LinkedIn, which actually, if you're following your customers, not follow, the wrong word, saving as a lead inside of Sales Navigator, then when job changes occur, you will start getting notified via email and as well as your status update inside of Sales Navigator with changes that are taking place inside the network. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, that's another great way to kind of get the same effect. That's for people who you already know and maybe have already had a relationship with. If you want to go beyond that, big companies like maybe that have lots of their employees going lots of places that you weren't able to keep track on, running the search I described might be your best situation. But yeah, either way, like that is a money reason to reach out to someone.
Yeah. So the point here is in the tip is use the filters inside of Lead Builder to search. And what was the field again, Derek?
Past, not current. So you want to type in a company that they used to work at, but they don't work at anymore, to identify former customers that are now at different companies.
Perfect. So that's one methodology. And if you have that individual saved as a lead anyways, and you're using the new feature for tagging, then what will happen is it'll show up in your news filter inside of Sales Navigator that they may have changed jobs. And that is another way to leverage your former customers to find new customers as well. So I think that's I'm going to call it a twofer. Can we call it a twofer?
That sounds great. Twofer.
A twofer. We're calling it a twofer. So make sure you save your customers as leads. You can tag them as customers as well inside of Sales Navigator, and use the lead builder filter for past, not present, to be able to search for, if you're targeting a specific company, you're looking for people who have had that company in their past experience section, but obviously not current. And hopefully they'll pop up as your first degree connection so that you can reach out and sell more of whatever you're selling. Derek, did we miss anything on this particular training tip for Sales Navigator?
I think we've covered it.
I love it. Well, thanks, man. This is a great, fantastic tip for all of you watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more Sales Navigator, more sales, and more social selling training tips and tricks from Mario Martinez Jr., M3 Junior Growth Strategies. Thanks a lot, Derek. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Mario.
All right, bud.